Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. This is Munir once again from Driftwood Studio. It's been so nice to see all the responses that we've been receiving with regards to, our earlier reel video, whatever, where we said that we want to introduce woodworking courses and classes to Islamabad and Rawalpindi. And I think the response clearly shows that there are a lot of people out there who have been wanting for this to happen for a very long time. So I'm glad that I've been able to, do this and help everyone. But in the journey, because a lot of people would not be able to join the classes, and I understand that not everybody is physically available in a way that they can go to a place where they need to learn all this, or they don't have the time, or they don't have the means, or everyone has their own. For those people, I still want to teach them something online, and I can show them exactly what I do. So one of the most basic things that, and the most important things, is sharpening. A good tool is always a sharp tool, and a blunt tool leads to accidents. And this is an established fact of woodworking. A blunt tool leads to accidents. Now, it's a little counterintuitive because somebody will say, well, a blunt tool shouldn't hurt anybody, it's blunt. But that's not what it is, because you compensate for its being blunt by putting it a little more extra force, your personal force into it. And when you do that, you lose control of the tool and you end up hurting yourself or the person next to you. So therefore, a sharp tool is the only tool that you should be using in a workshop. And what I was doing today is actually sharpening one of my hand planes. This is my number 5 Stanley Bailey, number 5. I like it. I bought it in Islamabad, and I have two of these. There's one over there I bought from a lady who was moving out of the country, and she wanted to sell her brother's old hand tools. This was back in 2 years back. And I remember when I went there, she was retired school teacher. And she had all these tools, and many of them had rusted away. And I found this Bailey number 5. And this is a UK made. And now I don't think they come made in UK. But this one was England, and the steel is actually very good. But this is the one that I bought here, and I'm going to show you what sharpening is and how do you do it. So there are many ways that you can sharpen your tools. Back in the old days, there used to be whetstones. Stone, you just wet it, and they had an abrasive grit, so to speak, on the surface, and any metal that you would skim through it would sharpen. And you needed to wet it all the time, so you needed to keep it wet. And then slowly, gradually over the years, I think the world has been developing different technologies, and right now I think the best thing that is out there is what we call diamond plated stones, or diamond plated sharpening stones, I suppose. That would be blades. Anyways, so something like that. So I have these three. I have a number 400, 1000 and 1200. These are not numbers, sorry. These are grits. And what is a grit? Grit is actually the abrasive capacity of the stone or the plate that you are actually sharpening your tool on. And the way it works is actually, it basically what it means is that in a 1 inch by 1 inch square, how many particles of the abrasive material has been put through. So they make an opening of 1 inch by 1 inch, and then they drop the particles, or the number of, in this case, the diamond particles. These are man-made diamond particles, and they land on the plate, and then they are mated to the surface, whichever means. There are many ways. For something like this, it would be done through a substance which is more like acts like a glue, or and here it would be probably done through electrolysis or some kind of an electric method. And when it does, so the more the number of particles that are deposited, the higher the number. 1200, 1800, 8000, 2000, 15,000, 16,000 is the sharpest, I think, right now available, commercially available to us. And the lower number would mean that it's actually more abrasive. This is more finer. So the higher you go, it's more fine. And on a smaller grit number, it is more abrasive. It's more sharp. It's more, it cuts more. So I have a 400, the lowest that I have. Then I have 1,000, 1,200, and I have actually this one. It's a whetstone. I have 1,000 and a 3,000 on this. I think the white one is 3,000, and then I have 1,000. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how I go about doing my sharpening, and this is my do I have a, yeah, so every this is a chip breaker. Every hand plane comes with a chip breaker and a blade, and they are right on top of each other, and the chip breaker is supposed to hold it together like that, and it helps in breaking the chips. And we are going to sharpen. You're actually supposed to sharpen both of them, but it's the blade which needs the primary sharpening. And for the chip breaker, you would require it every now and then, but you know, it's not every time. And the only sharpening that you need is this part. Where it connects with the blade, you need to make sure that there is no gap in between. And the reason is that if there is any gap in there, then the chips are going to slide in. And the more that they keep sliding in, it's going to clog your entire blade, which will stop cutting. It's not going to be blunt, but it will stop cutting. So the way I do my blades right now, it is sharp enough, but it has lost a bit of its luster. So I will not do 400. I will probably not do the diamond stones altogether. I have this one, so I'll do the 1,000 on this one, which is here. And you need a bottle of water for this. I should have something to put underneath this because it's going to make everything wet, and I don't want that. And the way I do it is that I place it on and then I raise it. Raise it to the bevel that has already been created in the blade. There's one created already here. So you put it on, you raise it, and then you go about sharpening it. One should use all the surface of the stone equally, because what it would do is help you maintain the integrity of the stone. If you don't do that, then there's going to be a divot, or it's going to divot down, and that's not good for your stone, because then that means that your blade is not getting all the attention from every section of the stone. You have to do this for as long as you get some burl on it. Now, everybody says, what is a burl? Burl is you can feel it at the end of the blade. On the other side, there's a very sharp layer of thread of metal that you have created once you have done a good sharpening. Yeah. So I'm right now need to raise it a little more. So you're supposed to come here and then a bit extra. There are many methods that people use in doing this. They can be freehand. You could use a jig which is very helpful to keep the blade's angle of attack perfectly to the angle that you require by the. So there is a jig for that. So if anybody doesn't know or doesn't want to do this, yeah, I can see the ball here. Now I'm going to do this. The reason I'm lifting it a little extra is because I've got a secondary bevel on it. There you go. I think this should do it. Right. Right. Now I can move on to the next one, which is a 3000. Let me put this here so that I don't wet my bench. I wonder if you guys can see it from here. People can go all the way up till 16,000, 15,000. I don't have those stones at this point in time. I have ordered some and hopefully I'll get them soon. I'll share them with you. Generally you need a 30-second run. A good 30-second, and cleaned it up. Okay. So for now, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to check it. So water that you're using is not a friend of your tool. Remember that. And because of that, it can create a bit of a problem in the long run. It can rust your tools. And the way you go about it is that you should always put some sort of lubrication or wax. Wax would help. And then you use it. I have a couple of videos online which helps people understand how what a hand plane works and how it works. I've actually shown that in that video of mine. I'll put the link down there. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's take a piece of, let's see. Yeah. Let's see. A little bit of wax on the bottom of your goes a long way, because it creates a very smooth effect. Okay, let's see. So these are the shavings that we are getting. They're thin shavings, but it's a little bit on the left, so maybe on the left, so yeah, it needs a little adjustment. Okay, we're still getting it rough. So we're getting these shavings, nice shavings. Yeah, you see there's the problem. It's been taking off too much from this side. Why is that the case? I think it's because it's not at the same level. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, still. So this is sharp, and it could be sharper, but for now it will do. For now it will have to do. Okay. Okay, so the plane is ready, the hand plane is ready, and let's start making some shavings. maybe a little less aggressive. Yeah, so yeah, my son really loves these. So I collect for him and I give it to him when he's here, and he really likes it. I think he calls it butterflies. So that's all about a sharp tool and a sharp hand plane, and something about hand planing. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz, apna khayal rakhiye.